Welcome to the Bivoc. This is the game of red bacon. To play this game, you're going to need a good number of players, 2 ways to indicate lines, often with cones, and 2 small mysterious objects, which will be represented by these 2 dice. To begin this game, you're going to divide your players into 2 halves as equal as you can. If you cannot be equal, then one player on the smaller team will be given 2 numbers to make sure that it is even. Once you split up your teams, each player will get a number from 1 to however many players there are on their team. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Players should remember their numbers, although if you can have some way to attach these numbers to the players, it would be very helpful. A moderator of sorts is nice for this game, but you do not have one. A simple player can play it too, but better if a moderator is there. The moderator will call out any number of numbers. For instance, 1 could be a number. That's an easy one to do. If 1 is called, then both 1s become activated players. Activated players can roam anywhere on the map. They are not restricted by the lines. If you are an inactive player, you are restricted to between these 2 lines. This front line is called the forward line, and this blue one is called the back line, or rear line, whatever you want to call it. This front line is there to tell how far the active players, the deactivated players, can go, okay? And this back line is what everybody is trying to protect. When the game begins, the active players will fight over these mysterious objects in the middle. The deactive players cannot physically touch or mess with these mysterious objects, even if they were to land in their zone. But they can pick it up, all right? And a couple of things can happen. If a player ever finds themselves with both mysterious objects in hand, the round is over and they score a point. This does not apply if you have more than one active player and you have the 2 mysterious objects across the 2. It only has to be with one specific player. Or you can get a point by pushing a mysterious object past the enemy back line. And that is what these deactivated players are going to be doing. When the activated player comes up to their line, they're going to bunch up and huddle up and attempt to keep this player from getting through. They are not permitted to grab. They are only permitted to body block and get in the way. They are also not permitted to almost grab. Their arms should stay relatively straight out. If an active player ever tags another active player who has a mysterious object, the tagged player must immediately give the object to the active player who tagged them. This can be a handoff or it can be dropped at their feet, but they are not able to throw it across the way. Once a point is scored, all the activated players become deactivated players and return their ranks with the same number as before. And then these things are reset back in the middle, and a new round is played. You can play for a certain number of rounds. You can play for up to a certain point, or however you please. That is the basis for red bacon. There are a couple of minor rules that sometimes occur, and one of the big ones is when it is too close to call who went over the line first. And you'll see this a lot, where both players, active players, will have a 1, and they will get it just over, or this one will go, and then just a second, this one will get over. In this kind of scenario where both of them have breached the line at relatively the same time, they would both score the point. So in a way, it's kind of a tie. But if this one went over, and then 5 seconds later this one went over, then that one would not count. This one definitely got it over. But if it's too close to call, or close enough, you count both of them towards the score. That is the entirety of red bacon. Good luck.